I begin the run right here inside Ghost Eater, and before I move, I want to set the tone for what this world is. This is one of the arcade-style games that lives inside the game room, a gaming platform built on Cardano that brings back that classic old-school vibe, but in a digital economy that actually rewards the people who are part of it. What you are watching now is a tiny piece of a much bigger ecosystem, but I want to focus on what it means for me as a player. I am not just here to move a character, I am here because this game represents a bridge between retro arcade energy and a blockchain-backed community.
Right now, I am standing in a maze, a tight labyrinth where movement is survival. This is where it all begins. Ghost Eater is fast, it is tense, and it is all about staying alive while eating everything that fills these corridors. Every orb, every turn, every second matters. The game wants to keep me moving. If I hesitate, if I freeze, if I choose wrong, I am done. While I play, there is a thought that runs in the background. This platform is not just a random collection of mini-games. It is attached to a digital pass and NFT inside the game room that gives unlimited access to players. People who own that pass get to enter play and also benefit from ADA rewards that come from mining operations. That is something I always keep in mind because every time I am here playing, I realize this is not only for fun, it is also part of a community economy built around those who hold that pass. But the beauty for someone jumping in right now, like if you are watching this and thinking, can I even try this? Yes, you do not need ownership to taste the game. There are time-based access passes that let anyone come in for 1 day, 7 days or 1 month and join, just like I am doing. Sometimes it is as simple as paying with ADA or even using tokens from partner projects to jump inside the experience. That flexibility is part of what gives this entire world purpose. No one is locked out. There is always a door. As I move through these corridors, you will feel how the gameplay compresses everything to one decision at a time. Do I push forward? Do I go back? Do I risk the long turn? This is where the anxiety, the thrill, and the nostalgia collide. That is why I think Ghost Eater matters. It captures the simple joy of running from danger, chasing points, and doing it again and again, but now inside a space where players actually have something at stake and something to gain. This is my introduction, this is where Ghost Eater begins, and this is where the game room starts to make sense. As I step deeper into this gameplay, I want to shift the lens and talk about why this entire experience exists. The game room and Ghost Eater are not here just to entertain me. They were created with a purpose, a mission, and a long-term vision that shapes every second I spend inside this maze. When I play, I am participating in something that wants to revive that nostalgic excitement, the kind that came from standing in front of an arcade machine, coins in hand, waiting for my turn. That old energy is alive here, but it is now wrapped inside a digital world that connects people, rewards participation, and makes every player more than just a user. The core goal of this project, as I see it, is to build a community-driven environment where entertainment and value coexist. It is not only about having fun, it is about creating a space where time spent playing can also feel meaningful. Even as I run away from ghosts in this tight corridor, I am aware that this world is connected to people holding NFTs, people earning quarterly ADA rewards, and a platform designed to give everyone a reason to return. There are two audiences being served here, and I feel that while I play, the first group is NFT holders, those who bought into the project, who decided to hold something that gives access forever. They get unlimited gameplay, they get a long-term link to mining-based ADA rewards, and they become part of a circle that has ownership and stake. The second group is players like anyone watching, someone who just wants to jump in, play a few rounds, and enjoy the arcade spirit. They can join without commitment using time-based passes and be part of the action even if they do not want to own anything. That duality, that split design is intentional. It creates balance. It avoids exclusivity. It makes the game room feel like a public arcade where some people have season passes and others simply walk in, pay their entry, and test their skills. As I navigate these sharp corners, I notice how this mission makes Ghost Eater matter even more, because a simple, fast, replayable game is the perfect tool to unite both types of players. In the long term, the vision is clear to me while I play: bring excitement back to Cardano. Give the community something interactive and build a bridge between the thrill of competition and the reality of getting rewarded. Every time I restart a run, that intention speaks louder. So as Ghost Eater pulls me through this maze, one more time I remind myself, I am not just here to win. I am part of a vision that wants gaming community and rewards to finally exist in the same place. This is my introduction. This is where Ghost Eater begins, and this is where the game room starts to make sense. Right? Here, while I am moving through this maze, you can already feel what makes Ghost Eater stand out. There is no long tutorial, no complicated setup. It throws me straight into tension, and that simplicity is one of its greatest strengths. I move, I survive, I eat, and I repeat. That loop is what keeps me hooked. The first thing I notice as I play is the maze itself. Tight corridors, split paths, and winding turns where one wrong step is enough to end everything. Unlike many modern games that overload the screen, this one is clean focused and sharp. I am here to clear every orb, and that single objective shapes every decision I make. Then there are the ghosts. They are not passive obstacles. They roam, they hunt, and they force me into constant motion. Their speed feels different depending on where I stand, and their movement patterns are unpredictable. That unpredictability keeps me alert. Because if one of them touches me just once, the run ends instantly. I lose, I restart, and I feel that urge to go again. Ghost Eater also gives me temporary power shifts, and that is where things really change. Some orbs scattered across the level are more than just points. They are power-ups, and when I collect one, the tables turn. Suddenly, I am no longer prey. I become the hunter. I get a short, precious adrenaline-filled window where I can chase the ghosts, instead eat them, and stack my score. But the game reminds me quickly the power timer is short. If I get greedy, if I stretch it too far, I crash right back into danger. The flow of each round is fast. My score rises with every orb, with every second I stay alive, and with every ghost I manage to eat during power-up time. There is no ceiling. Only my choices decide whether I climb or collapse. That is where the leaderboard mentality kicks in. Even though I may not see others directly, I know this game is designed for competition, for that mindset of saying, just one more run, I can do better. Watch this, control-wise, everything is designed to work for anyone. Keyboard arrows, swipe controls, or WASD, no barriers, no complexity, only reaction time, timing, and commitment. The simplicity of interaction makes every mistake feel personal, which is exactly why it feels satisfying when I make it through. Ghost Eater is a mixture of nostalgia, faster arcade pacing, and difficulty curves that tighten with each maze. It delivers a feeling that many games lost years ago. The pressure of earning every inch of progress, the pride of conquering a level, and the sting of a loss that makes me immediately want to try again. This is what makes Ghost Eater special. And while I play, I feel every reason it keeps me coming back. This is my introduction. This is where Ghost Eater begins. And this is where the game room starts to make sense. As I keep moving through this maze, weaving past ghosts, grabbing every orb I can, I want to pause mentally and acknowledge that this game, Ghost Eater, is not floating in isolation. It lives inside a larger world called the Game Room, and that world is tied directly to Cardano. The blockchain layer is what gives access, structure, and economic meaning to what I'm doing right now. When I talk about Cardano inside this gameplay, I am not talking about abstract crypto theory. I am talking about something very concrete. To even play this game freely, there is an asset that matters. The Game Room Pass NFT. It is not just a collectible. It is the key that unlocks unlimited access to all minigames inside the platform, including Ghost Eater. There were 1,500 of these NFTs minted, and the funds collected from that mint were used to purchase crypto miners. Those miners in the real world are generating ADA rewards, and those ADA rewards are distributed equally every quarter to the holders of those NFTs. That is the Cardano layer in action. While I am dodging a ghost on screen, someone out there is earning a share because they hold that pass. There is also the side of Cardano that opens the door to everyone else. Even if I did not own that NFT, I could still be here playing, because access can be purchased temporarily, not through long commitments, but through passes that last 1 day, 7 days, or 1 month. And what makes that important is the way Cardano supports those transactions. I can use AD, but I can also pay using tokens from partner projects. That flexibility only exists because of Cardano's ecosystem of fungible assets. It becomes a system where different tokens, different communities, and different players all weave into the same experience. What I am not going to do is pretend that this game uses smart contracts, metadata, standards, governance systems, or anything else, because I do not know that it is not confirmed. The only blockchain features I can speak on with certainty are the NFT Access Pass, ADA-based participation, and partner token payments. That is the real and verifiable connection between Cardano and what you are watching. So, when I play every turn I take reminds me, This is a game built into an ecosystem, not a random server. There is ownership behind the scenes, there is access that means something, and there are players who are not only competing, but actually receiving ADA because they believed in the project enough to mint. This is how Cardano sits beneath every moment, quiet, structural, holding everything together while the gameplay runs wild above it. Ghost Eater is a blend, a mixture of nostalgia, faster arcade pacing, and difficulty curves that tighten with each maze. It delivers a feeling that many games lost years ago, the pressure of earning every inch of progress, the pride of conquering a level, and the sting of a loss that makes me immediately want to try again. This is what makes Ghost Eater special. And while I play, I feel every reason it keeps me coming back. This is my introduction. This is where Ghost Eater begins, and this is where the game room starts to make sense.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. And before I go, don't forget, if you'd like to receive a very short but value-packed email from me every Tuesday, you can sign up for the Cardano Gaming newsletter. Every Monday, I'll be sharing the latest from the Cardano Gaming ecosystem to help you make better decisions. So if you don't want to miss out, just go to the link on the screen, leave me your email, and very soon I'll be in your inbox. That's all for today. I hope you have a great week.